Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, in my sunset location. Listening to the cicadas and the birds and watching the colors, which is not totally magnificent tonight, but that's okay. Not every night has to be. It makes those other nights even that much more special. While I was sitting here, I was getting this intuitive nudge to share a story about a man named Daniel. And I'm guessing that it's because somebody needs to hear this message, so I'm going to tell y'all the journey. When I worked as a hospice nurse, there was a patient that came in, and he wasn't there for very long. Maybe 2 weeks, but I don't think that long. He was vile. He was mean. He was cantankerous. He was very short and just not friendly. All the nurses hated him, especially people that weren't from this country. They didn't understand him, and they felt very offended by there's a really cool bird that just flew by. I think it's a sparrowhawk. They were very offended by his behavior. And so it got to the point that they were like, Melanie, we're really sorry, but you're going to have to take Daniel tonight. And I was like, that's cool. I don't care. And so I walk into this room, and he's just being a jerk. And I kind of gave it right back to him, and he laughed. And I said, you remind me a lot of my dad. How can I help you today? And he laughed again. And then we became friends. And I was able to talk to him. And I was able to get the other nurses to soften up about him. And he never had one visitor the whole time. He didn't have one visitor. As he drew closer to passing, his breathing became very labored, and he became very scared. And he knew I played guitar because I talked to him about my life, because you become friends with these people, especially if they've been there for a little bit longer. And he asked me to play him music one night. And I said, well, Daniel, I didn't bring my guitar with me tonight, but I can go home in the morning and get it, and I'll bring it back tomorrow and I'll sing for you. I was like new at guitar. I was scared shitless. I had every fear in my whole mind, body, spirit, and soul, and figured all of those nurses would think I was crazy and too involved with the patient. And I sat at his bedside and I played for him. And he cried. And the nursing aide that sat with him cried. And then I cried. We all cried. And so that was, I think, Saturday night or Sunday night. And I would work Friday, Saturday, Sunday every weekend. And I would go home Monday morning, get my kids, get them to school, breakfast, all the things, and make them dinner, all that. And so the next morning I'm taking them to school, Tuesday morning. In front of me, I see a car with the name Daniel as the license plate. And I was like, oh. When I got back to work Friday night that week, Daniel had passed away on Tuesday morning. And that was Spirit's way of telling me. But I guess this message is for those of you out there who may have loved ones that are passing. And they may be loved ones that you are unable to hold a relationship with anymore at this point in time for whatever reason. I want you to know that that's okay. I want you to know that you don't have to accept someone's trauma that they put on you, and that in a peaceful way, that's okay too. But just know that there's probably somebody out there who's connecting with that loved one and holding them in space as they make this journey and transition. And it can be somebody totally random, brand newbie hospice nurse with a lot of gumption and excitement for life and playing some music at the bedside. But hurt people. And I don't think that everybody is as evil as we sometimes make them out to be. I think that a lot of people have gone through a lot of shit and darkness and a lot of pain and suffering personally for themselves. And when it came to having to love somebody else, they were unable to do that due to childhood trauma and wounding that they went through based on their own family upbringing. There's somebody looking out for your loved one. And I guess that's it. I guess that's today's message. So with all that said, I'm going to peace out. I'm going to wish you all so much peace, so much love, so much namaste, and get outside, get grounded, because it definitely helps you feel better in the end. All right, adios, my friends. Peace.